Good morning, Dr. Ayon Bhattacharya. Welcome to a small interview with Angsh Hospitality Private Limited. My name
Good
is
morning.
Anjana Bhattacharya, and for everyone, I am the founder and the director of Angsh Hospitality Private Limited. As mentioned before, this is a platform where you can get your hotel management skills elevated. You can learn a lot, and you're not learning from uh, just from me. You're learning from all the people who are professionals in the field, who are in the industry for 20, 25 years, 30 years. The entire purpose of making or bringing this platform is because when we were students, we did not have this facility, and we faced a lot of struggle when we went to on when we went to work. So, and still there is a small gap which I feel is still isn't being addressed. So that is the reason Angsh Hospitality is been launched, and I want every student employee to take advantage of it. Please go through the website and see what is there in store for you. And trust me, every one of y'all will have something new to learn, which will add on to your career and your career graph. So we have with us Dr. Ayon Bhattacharya, who is 30 years of experience in the industry, and he has already taken a couple of lessons, which is already uploaded on our website, support.angshhospitality.com. So today I'm having this special interview with him just to understand and to for all my dear students and colleagues to bring to just clear out certain stigmas, okay, and to also address what are the challenges we are facing, and how the industry has evolved over the period of time, and how we can take the advantage of the people or professionals who are already working there, and what is the advice they give us and how we can go about it. So, Dr. Ayon Bhattacharya, welcome. My first question to you is, according to you, what is the most critical skill or trait that someone would develop to succeed in the hotel industry? Because as you know, the data says 40% of the students leave the industry once they go on the real life job work. So,
Very relevant question. And this particular trait of leaving the particular hospitality studies in between, or less students coming and getting enrolled into the hotel industry, was something which happened during 2019-20 at the time of COVID, when the hotel or travel industry, not in the hotel industry, the travel and tourism industry got stuck in a very bad way. Unfortunately or fortunately, we are an industry who gets affected first when a global pandemic happens. And we are the industry who revives the last when this global pandemic goes away. It's not about pandemic. When there's a recession in the economy, the consumption of all sectors reduces. So the first thing, whatever all companies they do, all the business, what they do is that they cut on travels, they cut on stays and all. So we are the first, the tourism industry is the first which gets hit because of a global recession, pandemic, any eventuality. But what I can say is that after 2022, there's a huge green shoot in the travel industry. Now I will give you some very so the opportunity is excellent. So the people, the college has to make aware the students, the institutes have to make the students aware that what are the opportunities in front, looking into the 2022 data upwards. I will give you a very small example. I will tell you the tourism industry is significantly contributed to the Indian economy. In 2023, the sector contributed over 19.3 trillion to India's GDP. Can you imagine it? Which is 10% more than the 2019 levels. So 2019 levels are 10% jada. Now this growth is largely driven by what? By domestic tourism, with domestic visitors spending reaching 14.64 trillion out of this 19.13 trillion, which is 15% higher than 2019. Because whenever a global pandemic or a global recession happens, the first sector which revives is domestic tourism. And then international travel starts. So now international travel has also started happening better than what used to happen during pre-pandemic period. So the tourism sector also provides sustainable employment opportunities. Tell me a figure. In 2023, tourism sector has provided 43 million jobs was created. And it is estimated by the 2034, the GDP contribution will be 7.6% of the India's GDP contribution will be to the tourism sector. At the same time, it will create 63 million jobs. So the thing is that the main problem is that we are not being able to communicate to the students or prospective students who wants to take up a career in hotel industry. So this communication is very important, which has to be made to all the students or all the applicants to bring back the HR capability. How HR capability develop when more people comes and joins the industry, joins the colleges, and that will create a factory, because other than human capital, this industry cannot survive. So these things has to be told, communicated to the students. And now, where do tourism doesn't contribute in terms of creations? In hotels, restaurants, airlines, airports, hospitals, travel agencies, facility management companies, retail sector are taking hotel management people. You know why? Because the best thing about people who does hospitality management is that the along with skill and knowledge, the attitude set of our industry people are attuned. They don't look at the watch and walk. So people who are passionate about connecting with people, you know and looks eager to travel, explore the world, right? And they believe in, it's an industry for the lifestyle people, right? So people who believes in lifestyle, these things has to be communicated to the students in terms of what is there for them in terms of contribution to the global economy, what is the job creation which is happening in India, the government supports which are there for the tourism sector to flourish. Now see, people works in cruise liners also, apart from the thing which I told. Cruise liners also, BPOs also, they are working in consultancy firms, they are working in catering companies. You have options in industrial catering
Right.
like Sudexco, Questcorp. So it's immense. It events also in event management companies, So huge opportunities there. The thing has, the communication has to be made to the next generation, that they should come, join the colleges and be a part of this,
So
humongous
uh,
industry.
I totally agree with you. But what is, according to you, what are the some common challenges which is faced by the individuals from by the students in the career in hospitality? What do you think is the most common challenges they face, and how do you feel that they can overcome them?
Listen, Anjana, every industry have their challenges. If you are doing engineering also, if you're doing medical also, you have to love the profession. People who really love hospitality, they should only come to this particular field. I don't see any challenges in terms of job creations. The inner passion has to be there in terms of serving people, being a part of the lifestyle industry, right? But this is an industry which is for highly disciplined people who have a lot of passion in serving people. So I don't see any challenges, right? I don't see any challenges at all. And now I will tell you, when we did our hotel management, when we came to the this thing, it was totally manual. The entire system was manual. Now, right now, hotel industries, the technological evolution has taken to such a level, right? And with the integration of AI also, which is happening, everything has become digitalized. You know, in Japan, you don't, there is a waiter, the waiters are also gone. It's the robots which are going and serving, right? But the robots has to be programmed also, which room number to go. So the thing with India, we have not accepted, we should not, embrace that also, because in hotel industry, there are certain things which we need to have a human touch. We are social animals. We like to see people serving us. We like to talk to people. So, but technology should be an enabler. Technology should not take over the industry. The skill set cannot be taken over the technology.
Okay.
So in revenue management, it has been automated. In terms of complaint management, it is automated. In terms of quality management, there are AI tools which constantly monitor, how you are serving, what are the standard lines you're speaking or not. Those also has become digitalized. Those are also going to a digitalized version.
Now that
So
digitalization is the most important thing today in any field, not just in hospitality. How do you think e-learning is going to be, how important do you think is e-learning or online development skills is important, and how do you think it will contribute to the career going forward?
See, in a 3 years curriculum or a 4 years curriculum, everything cannot be taught in the colleges, right? I will give a small example. Now, hotels has PMS, right? It may be an IDS or Opera. What do you think, other than few colleges which are heavily government aided, can other colleges, can they buy a PMS and make it a part of a practical training, what is done in the hotels? No, no. So e-learning can bridge the gap in terms of what is not taught in the colleges, and it can bring the industry inside the classroom. Revenue management, for sake, revenue management, for example, booking engine integration, putting your hotel into the distribution channel, putting into all the channels, or price parity, all these things are not taught, cannot be taught in the colleges, because 3 years is too short a time. And when these hotel students, they come to the for their industrial trainees, all trainings also, they didn't go everyone is not lucky to get exposed in working in a real-time situation with real-time technology handling it, right? So e-learning will immensely help, and it will become an enabler. It can become a finishing school for the hotel management students. It should be the finishing school.
Absolutely. With that intention only, Ansh Hospitality has been launched, and it is just a very, very simple process of just going online and just doing the courses, and there's immense learning in that. My next question to you is a little personal. So I want to know about your mentor. Have any mentors? And if you had, who was the one who significantly influenced your career? And how do you feel that young professional can find mentorship opportunities in this hospitality industry?
See, in learning, in a learning curve, it is always called a 70-30-10 matrix. 70% of the learning happens when you do the job yourself and you do mistakes and you learn and you refine. 20% of you training happens when you go and attend workshops, which include, like for example, e-learning, right? So that will hone 20% of your, but the last 10% is dependent on if you have a mentor or not, and they play a very major role. So I will tell you, to be very frank, I had a teacher in my hotel school. He used to teach us business communication. His name was Mr. Bhattacharya, a very old gray-haired gentleman. We have always seen him wearing one pair of shirt and pant, but excellently creased, fantastically done. No, you can not single a sentence. So, and he taught us that how hoteliers should dress first and how they should talk first. The way he used to animate when he used to talk, you know, consciously, unconsciously, it got embalmed into me that you should talk with humility, you should dress with perfection, whether you have a one pair of shirt or pant doesn't matter, right? Garibi dimag mein hota hai, garibi, it is always in the, poverty is always in the mind. So unconsciously, he was my first mentor, which was in the college. But it was not a F&B teacher. He was not a full front office teacher. He was used to teach us business communication. Then, when I came to this industry, my first front office manager was Ratul Seth. So he taught me what dedication is, right? He taught me what perfection is. He used to check all reports where he's not supposed to check the reports. So I'm talking about personally about myself. So I learned how to be a good human being, well-dressed human being, from Mr. Bhattacharya, how to be a perfectionist from Mr. Ratul Seth. That was way back when I was a management trainee. Now, working through the ranks and files, I rose up, and then I was lucky to be reporting to Mr. Ronnie Lobo, who was my vice president in Carlson Hotels for 7 years. In and out, I used to, report to him. What I learned from him, it cannot be expressed. I consider him to be my, one of my godfather, right? In terms of teaching me the traits of hospitality. He used to remember the gate man, the person, the doorman's name of all 76 hotels where he used to, so those connecting with people, touching the small emotions, never wishing a birthday of their general managers, their wives, their children. So
Yes.
those sort of kindness, humility, I learned from Mr. Ronnie Lobo. And last but not the least, now working with Dr. Kamath, institution in itself, has taught, has been being a finishing school to me in terms of the three more mentors which I got. So Dr. Kamath, he's philanthropist, this thing, he always says that keep always your people in front of your business, not the profit in front of the business. Profit will come, it will be there, it will not be there, but keep people at the center of your business. So
Right.
that thing, I have 4 mentors till now. I don't know how many mentors I will have in future also, because life is a continuous learning,
Learning
right?
process.
Irrespective
Yes.
of what you
Agreed.
reach, what you achieve in life.
Yes. I too am learning every day, and trust me, the growth stops if the learning stops. So this is my last question to you, and that is very simple. What advice would you give to someone looking to start their job in a hotel? And uh, 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 the second part of the question is, if there is one quality you would want them to possess when they start their job, what is that which you would recommend?
I didn't get your first question. There are 2 questions in one question. One
Yes.
first
What
was,
advice would you give to someone who is just starting their career job in the hotel?
I will answer that first. First advice is that a person who is starting his job in hotel industry after passing out, right? First 5 years, don't look at what you get paid, how much you get paid. Try to enhance your knowledge and skill set. I trust me, first 10 years of my career, personally of my career, I never looked at money. After that, money flowed in, position flowed in, right? Earn respect. You can only earn respect in this industry. As a simple waiter also, you can earn respect being the best waiter. So do whatever you are doing in your job role, be the best. Rest will follow. Rest, money, designations, everyone follow. Be very passionate and only think only one thing, have only one thing in your mind, is that keep customers or guests at the center of your entire business. Rest, everything will be taken care of. And be humble, be polite. You need to be, you need to have a fantastic relationship with your peers, with your juniors, with your seniors, but create an ecosystem where you are always, everyone feels that they can approach you or you can approach that anyone. So that is number one. And second question, come again for the second question, you need to ask
The
something.
second question is, what is that one quality you would recommend that the person who's entering the industry should have, according to you?
Okay. No, not one quality. It's a combination of 3 qualities. Be humble, be
Okay.
nice,
Hmm.
be open, listen more, and learn more. You can only learn when you listen more, irrespective of how many years you spend in the industry.
Thank you, Mr. Bhattacharya. It's a pleasure
Thank
having
you. My
you.
pleasure.
And I
My
hope
pleasure.
somebody somewhere out there has learned something from you and they will take it forward. And thank you so much for being with us and sharing your experience. And we will request you to please have another session very soon, and we can talk on the other part
I'm
of
most glad to do
it.
that.
Yeah.
Most glad to do
Thank
that.
you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Have a good day. Thank you.
You
Bye-bye.
too. You too. Thank you.